where we found the body. It's very strange to find a body underneath a table.
It's very strange to find a body. The location barely enters into it. I mean, okay, in this particular case it does, but it's always strange to find a body. You're weird. Hello, YouTube! I'm Unca Crunk, just your standard issue purple monster of a certain age who plays games on the internet. In the previous episode of Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair, we concluded our investigation into the murder of Byakuya Togami, only slightly less confused than we started. At the moment, I really only have two suspects, Nagito and Teruteru. I doubt they work together, but I'm not willing to rule it out just yet. But yeah, it's time to begin the first trial. The trial to determine who killed Byakuya. Byakuya Togami was killed. The blue hue of our vacation is now a crimson red. Is the killer really one of us? Or is it someone else? The class trial starts now. Okay, I don't think I have any skills to set. Nope. I guess we're going in with no skills.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
Monami's tied up in the back. I love it.
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Such a cruel rule.
Before we begin, I'd like to confirm one thing. Is there really a killer among us?
Most definitely. There's no doubt that the blackened is lurking among you. Such a sad state of affairs, isn't it? By the way, this class trial is gonna be 100% fair, so there's no need to worry. I'm the type who hates favoritism and prejudice. Well, not as much as I hate Monami, of course.
Well, at least we agree on... Well, okay, two things, actually.
You hate me that much?
Yes!
Now, let's begin!
You're telling us to begin, but what are we supposed to do?
No complaining, let's just settle this with our fists.
Were you even listening to the rules?
Didn't that Byakuya bastard get killed in the dining hall, huh? Then everyone there is a fucking suspect.
Yeah, what you're really trying to say is that you're not the killer, right?
No shit. You guys went off on your own and started killing each other. This has nothing to do with me.
I believe that.
Huh? What does that mean?
Anyway, why don't we try talking about the most pressing issue on our minds?
The most pressing issue on our minds?
Where we found the body. It's very strange to find a body underneath a table.
It's very strange to find a body. The location barely enters into it. I mean, okay, in this particular case it does, but it's always strange to find a body. You're weird.
Then, let's start with that mystery.
The reason why Byakuya's body was discovered under the dining hall table. We can start with that, but ultimately we need to find out who murdered him. We can't do that. No, thinking about if is a waste of time. We have to do this, no matter what. So, the class trial has finally started. From this point on, I will provide simple tutorials at every important moment. I'm sorry, but please excuse my irritating rudeness. As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, all of your classmates will speak one after the other without any breaks. It's up to you to reveal the lies or mistakes contained within their statements. This means you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Out of all the truth bullets you find during your investigation, only the relevant ones will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the mouse to move the reticule, and then fire with the left mouse button. Pay close attention to each character's statements, and choose your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun! Here we go. I have no idea.
Why was Byakuya's body in a place like that?
His body was underneath the table at the very back of the dining hall.
After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there.
Huh? Why?
Obviously, by hiding the body, they tried to delay its discovery! Like a dog burying a bone!
Okay. What he just said was strange. It clearly contradicts the information I know. Alright, pretty
Why was
sure.
Byakuya's body in a place like that?
His body was underneath the table at the very back of the dining hall.
After the killer murdered, they probably moved the body there.
No, that's wrong!
No, that's wrong!
No, I don't think the killer moved the body.
Huh? Why?
Try to remember what the body looked like when we found it under the table. Though there was a lot of blood everywhere, there was no sign the killer actually dragged the body through it.
So that's why you think it's impossible that the killer moved the body. I see. I get your point.
Oh, and here I thought I had a genius idea.
Dude, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Too bad you're so stupid and boring and unpopular. Your life is meaningless.
I respond better to praise, you know.
But if the killer didn't move the body, why was it under the table?
That's a pretty good question.
Byakuya was probably killed under the table.
What? You think he was killed under the table?
Yes, that's not what I'm getting at. Anyway.
So Byakuya snuck under the table for reasons unknown, and that's when he was killed.
Right. I want to know why he was under the table.
Then, shortly thereafter, we found his body under the table.
That does make sense, but why did he go under the table?
Thank you.
Obviously, he was hiding so he could surprise us. That dude was always a big jokester.
He really wasn't.
The hell he was? You seriously couldn't tell what kind of person he was?
Maybe he panicked during the blackout and dove under the table.
It's a blackout, not an earthquake. Just because the power went out doesn't mean he'd dive under the table.
The reason why is probably connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, don't you think?
Oh. He saw the glow paint under the table with his night vision goggles. The reason Byakuya dove under the table, if it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during something, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Damn it. This may sound presumptuous, but I think that's wrong.
Crap!
Ah! Everyone's staring. Looks like I just made a fool of myself in front of everyone. You didn't give me time to read the entire freaking text box. Okay, the reason Byakuya dove under the table. If it's connected, then it's probably... Oh, the knife?
I can prove it with this.
Oh, okay.
It probably has something to do with the knife we found under the table.
Knife? Oh, you mean that thing that obviously screams, I am the murder weapon!
Well, it would if you didn't know about the autopsy report.
Byakuya probably noticed the knife was hidden there. So in order to get it, he moved under the table.
He was particularly sensitive to the presence of dangerous items, so I cannot deny that possibility.
Dude, Gundam is so cool.
But how did he notice that there was a knife under the table?
If he knew beforehand, he probably would have done something about it before the blackout, right?
Right.
Then, instead of knowing about it beforehand, maybe he saw it right at that moment. Like, for example, he might have seen someone trying to take the knife out from under the table.
Oh.
No, that's not possible.
What? You seem rather confident about that.
Of course. I have proof to back me up.
Oh, really?
This is almost like a real trial!
Oh, you can shut up. During the previous statement, there was only one weak spot. But from this point on, there will be various weak spots standing in your way. No matter how many weak spots there will be only one lie or contradiction in the debate at a time. This means that there will be false weak spots. If you shoot a false weak spot with a truth bullet, not only will you fail to refute what was said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone and your influence gauge will take damage. If your influence gauge reaches 0, you will fail, so please be extra careful. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or mistakes. Also, if you concentrate by holding down the space key, you can progress the argument slowly. Please use it whenever you feel like these statements are moving too fast for you to aim. However, this does consume the focus gauge, so please be careful. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun! Hey, I wasn't done. Probably night vision goggles.
I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table during the blackout.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds correct.
If that's the case... During the blackout, Mr. Ham-Hands must have seen the killer take the knife.
But it was super pitch black! It was so dark I couldn't see my food. Byakuya couldn't see in the dark
There
either.
it is.
I doubt he could have seen the killer.
Okay. That's true. Getting under that table during the blackout would have been nearly impossible, but... Alright.
I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table during the black...
That sounds correct. If that's the case, during the blackout, he must have seen the killer.
But it was so dark I couldn't see my food. Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either.
No, that's wrong!
No, that's wrong!
No, Byakuya was probably the only one who was able to see in the dark.
Why do you say that?
If he was using those night vision goggles we found under the table, he could have seen what was happening.
So, are you saying Byakuya was the one who used those night vision goggles?
Yes?
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Your reasoning is out of focus.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What? What is this?
No, that's obviously wrong. It should be the other way around.
What?
The other way around?
Seriously? The killer used those night vision goggles, not Byakuya.
Byakuya had the case for those night vision goggles in his, case. Were you surprised by Mahiru's sudden argument? Yes. Just between you and me, I was also surprised. Just kidding, I'm sorry. Now then, when this kind of argument surfaces, you will go into a one-on-one debate called Rebuttal Showdown. In this mode, you have to counter the other person's claim, draw out their weak spots, and argue against them. Please counter the other person's arguments. Please counter the other person's remarks with the WASD keys. Based on the shape of their remarks, it's important to know whether to cut vertically, sideways, or diagonally. And based on that, you can skew the debate's mood to your advantage. On the other hand, if you ignore the other person's remarks, it will skew toward their advantage. In the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, a number that shows the sharpness of your counter is displayed. This is the number of times you can cut remarks during one round of the debate. You will lose counts of sharpness even if you miss, so please be very careful. When the mood skews to your advantage for a certain length of time, the other party's argument changes. This means the conversation will develop. If that happens, they will end up divulging some weak spots. However, you cannot normally cut remarks that contain weak spots. Instead, it will skew the mood toward the other party's advantage. Plus, it's going to be very big. Just like a regular debate, please refute any weak spots with the left mouse button. What? Of course, if you don't have the correct truth blade, you will not be able to cut an opponent's remark. What's the truth blade? I'm terribly sorry, it appears there's been a delay in contacting you. I will make sure the person in charge of contacting you takes a very long vacation. In this mode, truth bullets will be called truth blades. That's about it. There won't be any other changes in your handbook menu. Only the name was changed, but don't you think a change in feeling is important? If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Hey, really? Come on, I barely started. All right, watch the keys. Hang on. I guess it's gonna be this one.
If you just use common sense. The killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
I don't know.
Can't back down.
Oh, well, I was pressing the wrong button. Damn it.
If you just use common... The killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
Oh, okay.
Where's your proof that the killer used them?
Because if they used night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. I mean, in reality, so those goggles were planned in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Damn it! I found a hole in your argument. I'm sure Byakuya brought those night vision goggles. I need to refute Mayuro's claim with evidence.
Because if they used night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in... I mean, in reality, that's what... So those goggles were planned in it. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Oh, I did it wrong again. Demon Blast.
Because if they used night vision, then they could have killed Byakuya even... I mean, in reality, so those goggles were planned. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Allow
there
me
it
to
is.
Cut through those words.
Okay.
No, Byakuya was definitely the one who brought those night vision goggles.
Definitely? But why?
Inside the Duralumin case Byakuya had with him during the party, we found a smaller case for storing the night vision goggles.
Which means we can assume that the night vision goggles were kept inside that Duralumin case as well. Woohoo! I said assume! Ibuki never uses such clever language.
Plus, Byakuya was the only one who could have taken the night vision goggles out of the case, since he was carrying it around before the blackout in the first place.
I see. When you put it like that, it makes sense.
Then, was that knife inside the case too?
Nope.
If there were night vision goggles inside, it wouldn't be weird for a knife to be in there too.
It would be weird.
I am weird, aren't I?
At times like this, I'd rather be fantasizing about tonight's main dish.
What?
Ew! You totally mean that in a perverted way.
Yes, he does. Okay, the knife was brought in the duralumin. No. That's not possible. The knife was hidden in the dining hall before the party even started. I should be able to prove it. Duct tape.
I see! There was duct tape left under the table where the body was found. Huh? Duct tape? They probably hid the knife by duct taping it to the underside of the table.
Oh, so that's why we found duct tape there.
Though Byakuya was thorough, even he couldn't have noticed a weapon taped to the underside of the table.
This may be off topic, but why was Byakuya acting so paranoid? Not only did he bring a self-defense kit, but he had night vision goggles inside the case too.
That's true. He went above and beyond being a little cautious.
Now that you mention it, that applies to the dangerous items he confiscated as well. It's one thing to be a little cautious, but performing a body check is a bit much.
He probably knew. Someone was planning to commit a murder.
Are you saying he predicted the murder? Could it be? Was he also in possession of the all-seeing eye?
You think so too, right, Hajime?
That's right. Byakuya probably knew there was a possibility that a murder would occur. Ah, there it is.
I can prove it with this! Everyone, can you please take a look at this?
Be careful. The first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone.
Hey, the hell is this? Hajime and I found this in Byakuya's cottage.
It looks like a threatening letter someone sent to him.
So, who's the someone?
Nobody besides Monokuma would write such a dumb, threatening letter like that.
Wasn't me!
Are you sure?
The only lies I tell are friendly lies!
Those are still lies.
It doesn't matter who wrote it yet. So, Byakuya became paranoid because of this threatening letter?
He probably decided to throw a party because of the letter.
What do you mean?
By gathering everyone in one place, he tried to create a situation where everyone could keep tabs on each other. In doing so, he tried to put the writer of the letter in a situation where they couldn't act.
But the letter might have been just a little prank.
As long as he was determined not to let any of us die, he couldn't take that risk. His strong sense of responsibility made him believe the letter was legitimate.
He should have told us he received a threatening letter.
If he had, we would have panicked. Byakuya probably knew that too.
So, he tried to do something about it without telling anyone? I see. Strong sense of responsibility as our leader was his undoing.
Screw that noise! Who the hell wrote that letter?
Well, obviously, the killer.
The killer. Is it really one of us? Who is it? Among us, who's the one who killed Byakuya?
Enough already! Show yourself, you coward!
I'm with him.
If they were willing to come forward, they never would have committed a murder in the first place.
Okay, fair. But I still can't believe it. Someone in this room killed Byakuya. There's no way I can believe that yet.
Pardon me. Can I say something, please?
Sure.
What is it, Miss Sonia?
I regret that I must return to this topic, but I just realized something concerning the night vision goggles. If Byakuya was indeed wearing those goggles, how did the killer manage to navigate in the dark?
You're right. They wouldn't have been able to see anything without the night vision goggles.
Glow-in-the-dark duct tape.
But if the murderer had the goggles when they took the knife, then how did Byakuya see them?
Even if the knife bore some sort of mark, it would have been difficult to see it in that darkness.
No, the killer definitely used a mark. And because of this mark, the killer was able to get the knife from under the table into his hands.
I see! What if the glowing paint was the mark? With that, you'd be able to get the knife even in the dark. In actuality, the knife we found under the table and the duct tape stuck to the underside of the table were both marked with glowing paint, right?
Does that mean the killer painted them in advance? But painting them with glowing paint? It's as if they knew the blackout was going to happen.
Yeah, I have an answer for that too.
They had to have already known. That's why they used the glowing paint as a mark.
Which means whoever set up the blackout is the killer.
That seals it. The killer is whoever was in the office with the circuit breaker.
We've already covered this, Kazuichi.
Which means it was you, Peko Pekoyama!
Peko killed poor Byakuya? Was this island not big enough for 2 glasses wearers?
I love you, Ibuki. Please don't die.
I am not the killer. Oh, I guess she's not.
How can you believe her so easily?
But with Peko's height, I don't think she'd be able to reach the circuit breaker in the office.
Thank you, Mikan.
I don't care about a technicality like that. Peko's the one who tripped the breaker and caused the blackout.
By tripping the breaker directly from the office, Peko was the one who caused the blackout. Is that really what happened? No. After this debate, blue-colored weak spots will start appearing. If we call these weak spots you've seen up until now argue spots, the blue-colored weak spots will be called agree spots. When shooting agree spots with truth bullets, you need to flip your way of thinking. Instead of arguing that the other person's testimony contains lies or mistakes, please fire the truth bullets that prove the other person's testimony is correct. When your truth bullets merge with their weakness, it will become a logically sound agreement. Isn't it a little hot in here? From now on, you must infer whether it's best to argue or agree based on what's being debated. If you press the escape, wait, stop! I haven't finished reading the thing yet. You are too impatient. Okay, what?
Since Peko was in the office, she could have caused the blackout at any time.
That's impossible. Huh? Why is it impossible? Because I was not in the office.
Oh,
Not
okay.
even before the blackout.
All right.
What happened to your guard duty?
Sorry. Oh, you weren't in the office? That's clearly a desperate excuse.
Okay, I think I know what I'm supposed to hit now. Okay, just from listening to Peko's testimony, it's not weird to doubt her. But I feel like I spoke to someone during the investigation who totally backs up her testimony. Okay.
Since Peko was in the office, she could have caused the...
That's impossible. Huh? Why is it impossible? Because I was not in the office. Not even before the blackout.
I agree with that.
Woohoo! I consent to your potty break.
No, I think Peko is telling the truth.
Don't tell me you're crushing on Peko.
Hey, that has nothing to do with... no, I'm not.
It's nothing like that at all. Nekomaru's account is actually Peko's alibi.
I've been trying to use it many times, but the door just won't open at all.
It's true. Someone was occupying the bathroom for a long time shortly after the party started, and it was finally freed up after Byakuya's body was discovered.
Then the person who was in the bathroom that whole time was actually...
Everyone else besides Peko was in the dining hall after the party started, right?
I see. So there's no way anybody else could have locked themselves in the bathroom except Peko. I guess that would be... true.
You locked yourself in the commode? You should have said so earlier.
I have not heard anyone use the word commode since I was a child.
There's no way she'd actually say that. Gosh, you're so insensitive.
If she locked herself in the bathroom for that long, there's no doubt. It's shit.
You have an obsession with shit, my dude.
Oh, there's no way she'd admit it. There's no way she'd admit she was taking a shit.
Oh, dude.
Hey, weren't you guys taught any basic manners, or were you raised in a locker room?
I'm sorry.
It's fine. How about we stop talking about this and move on to something else?
Oh, I just realized. Most Asian people are lactose intolerant. I keep forgetting that. Maybe she had a cheese plate with her in the office? I mean, since Akane didn't get sick, she was probably just eating nothing but meat. So maybe Teru didn't put a laxative in everyone's food. Pekka, what did you eat?
Don't worry, the smell wasn't that strong. I used the bathroom right after you, so you can trust me.
Oh, my dude.
I said it's fine.
Excuse me.
But still, you were in the bathroom for a really long time. Did you get food poisoning or something?
As soon as I stepped into the office, I felt this sudden rush of pain in my stomach.
That sounds like lactose intolerance.
Because of that, I was unable to leave the bathroom, including when the blackout occurred.
Hey, how did it feel to do your business in the dark? Did you get excited?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Seriously, stop it.
Thank you.
But still, your stomach pain. Was that really just a coincidence?
Now see, that's what I've been wondering, except Akane.
Hey, what's the deal? Don't butt into other people's business, especially if you didn't do any investigating.
But. She said but. We're talking about poop. She said but. Sorry.
I'm only butting in because you fucking idiots are out of your element.
True.
Stop this childish nonsense. Just what do you mean by coincidence?
What I mean is it possible someone slipped her some laxatives?
My dude! Oh. Aha! Okay. I like you a little bit more now. Like mines. I don't think that's what happened because of Akane, but still. I'm glad somebody else is thinking it.
Laxatives?
If so, the killer could have tripped the breaker as soon as that girl left the office, don't you think?
Well, no, that's not how it happened, but thank you for your contribution.
I see. That might have happened.
The question is whether Pekko's stomachache was a coincidence or if someone intentionally caused it. Depending on the answer, the outcome of this trial could change drastically. Oh. Hang on. All right, I think it's going to be the AC timer.
Did you eat anything weird?
I don't remember eating anything weird.
Now that you mention it... You brought food to the office, right?
Just a little bit from the dining hall.
Was there cheese?
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
Teru cooked the food. How suspicious!
I wouldn't do anything like that.
You know?
Laxatives would ruin the taste.
Oh, crap. Whether Pekko's stomachache was a coincidence or if someone intentionally caused it, we need to clarify that first.
Did you eat anything weird?
Damn, I'm not sure.
I don't remember eating anything weird.
Now that you mention it... You brought food to the office, right?
Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
Teru cooked the food. How suspicious!
I wouldn't do anything like that. Laxatives would ruin the taste.
Nope, that didn't work. What? Was I wrong about something? I didn't put any laxatives in my dishes.
Crap.
Damn it. Alright,
Did you eat anything weird?
I'm not sure.
I don't remember eating anything weird. Now that you mention it... You brought food to the office, right? Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
No, that's wrong!
Oh, okay. I mean, no, that's wrong.
No, it's impossible that laxatives were slipped into the food in the dining hall. Because Pekka wasn't the only one who ate that food. Akane ate some of it too.
Okay. That's... yeah.
If the food had laxatives in it, I'm pretty sure Akane would have had stomach issues as well.
I feel totally fine.
Like I said, the dishes are innocent. Don't go making weird accusations.
I apologize for causing a scene.
Fuyuhiko should apologize, not you. He's the one who made the laxative accusation.
But it was a valid argument. He didn't know about Akane.
What the fuck did you say, bitch?
Okay, you could have phrased that differently.
Cease this bickering!
Thank you.
Let's just dismiss Pekko's stomachache as a coincidence and go back to discussing the blackout.
Yeah. We already know that, you trashy skank. You don't have to tell us.
Dude, come on.
Trashy skank?
As long as the murder happened during the blackout, then the blackout itself is what's actually important. So we need to make it clear how that blackout occurred. Ooh, irons.
Who tripped the breaker and how did they do it? If you can't answer that, I'm gonna bop you on the head. Did they throw a stone and hit it?
No.
Maybe they used a remote control?
They probably messed with the breaker.
It does not have to be the breaker. They may have tampered with the power supply and transmitters.
Or maybe they caused a power surge?
Oh, there it is. Power surge. Okay.
I bet it's really Monokuma's fault.
By the way, I'm not a trashy skank.
I believe you. Okay. How did the killer trip the circuit breaker? Pretty sure I already have that clue. Yep.
Who tripped the breaker and how did they do it? If you can't answer that, did they throw a...
Maybe they used a remote...
They probably...
It does not have to be the breaker. They may have tampered with the power supply and transmitters.
Wait, what? Oh, I doubt the power supply or power transmitters were directly tampered with. Those are in a oh, I got the wrong one.
Crap!
I was going for power surge. Damn it, not
Who tripped
that.
the breaker and how did they do it? If you can't answer that, did they throw a...
Maybe they used a remote...
They probably...
It does not have to be. They may have tampered with...
Or maybe they caused a power surge?
There it is.
I agree with that.
I consent to your power surge.
It's just as Mahiru said. The blackout was caused by a power surge. Of course, that's not a coincidence. Someone caused it intentionally.
Which is why those 3 irons were arranged to cause the blackout.
When you found them right after the blackout, the irons were still on, right?
So by leaving those irons on in the storage room, they deliberately caused a power surge.
Yep.
Yeah. It seems that's how the killer caused the blackout.
Stupid fool!
Oh, come on.
Hold on a second, let me speak too!
What the heck?
You say the irons in the storage room were used to trigger the blackout? That's inexcusable!
Why?
If the irons in the storage room caused the blackout, then for the killer to turn the irons on, you're saying they went all the way to the storage room? Then that means everyone who, when the blackout occurred, can't be a suspect.
Oh,
No, just because people were in the dining hall doesn't mean they're not a suspect.
But the people in the dining hall weren't able to cause... If the iron, then the killer had to go to the storage room
Oh,
and
I should have
turn
hit
on
that
the
thing.
irons. Now do you intend to take back what you said?
crap, I missed it. It's true the irons were responsible for the blackout, but that shouldn't be the only reason.
But the people in the dining hall weren't able to cause the... If the irons then the killer
Damn
had
it.
to go to the storage
Missed it
room
again.
and turn on the irons. Now do you intend to take back what you said? But the people in the if the irons caused the blackout...
There it
Allow
is.
me to cut through those words! The irons are just one reason the blackout occurred, but they weren't the direct trigger. The direct trigger was when the air conditioners in the dining hall and office clicked on.
Air conditioners!
The timers for both air conditioners were set to 11:30 p.m.
11:30 p.m. Mr. Ham Hands died around that time too!
I see. When the timers activated the air conditioners, the breaker was tripped and caused a blackout. I see. I understand. Indubitably.
Indubitably?
Indubitably.
They probably checked the old building's energy usage in advance and used the irons to nearly max it out. So once they set the air conditioner's timers, they just had to wait until they started up on their own.
If so, even if Pekka was in the office, it still would have been possible to cause a blackout, indubitably.
Indubitably.
Indubitably? Miss Sonia, not you too.
Regarding the energy usage, they probably asked Monokuma about it.
Dun dun dun!
Wait, really?
Is she right? Such a hateful bear! You deserve to die 1,000 deaths!
1,000, you say? If I died that many times, I might really stay dead, you know?
Shut up! You guys just stay quiet!
I couldn't have prevented the blackout even if I was in the office. But even so, I feel regret. If I was in the office, I could have reset the breaker in time. And maybe the murder wouldn't have occurred.
No, you wouldn't have been able to reach the breaker.
No, the breaker in the office was built into a high area of the wall that's impossible to reach.
For reasons I don't understand.
Resetting the breaker in that darkness would have been impossible, no matter what.
Sounds like you don't need to blame yourself.
Even so, the killer is so sly. I'm starting to worry we may never actually find them.
It's alright. You don't have to worry. Because they're just a petty killer, right? They can't defeat symbols of hope like you guys.
Death flag. Huh?
There's no way everybody will lose now. This little incident will just be a stepping stone for you all. In the end, hope always wins. That's what I believe.
Nagito? What happened to you?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you have been saying this whole time that there's no way a killer could be among us.
Oh, is that so? Well, let's just put that minor detail aside for now and talk about the incident.
I do not like this guy.
For now, we found out how the blackout occurred. But the question is, who caused it, right? Anybody could have hid and set the timers for the air conditioners. Setting up the irons in the storage room could have been done before Byakuya set foot in the old building. What a shame. Any one of us is capable of that.
What are you implying?
He's just saying, after all this time, we still haven't made any progress.
Huh? Even though we have been arguing for so long?
It's only about 43 minutes.
Unfortunately, it's the truth. Despite the fact that we've discussed this at length, there's not even one clue that leads to the killer. But that might be because there's no way any of us could be a killer.
You're changing your story again?
Anyway, I have an idea about what we all should do at this point. Has anyone thought about our situation like this? Instead of surviving by doubting others, isn't it better to get killed for believing in others?
What?
Doesn't that mean... Are you saying we should all just give up and die?
I think he is.
Nagito, there's definitely something wrong with you.
You guys only think there's something wrong with me because there's something wrong with you.
I hereby rescind all of his death flags. This little bastard is going to stick around till the very end and be a thorn in my dick.
Suspecting each other like this. There's no way that's healthy behavior. Let's stop this already. We don't have to find out who the killer is.
Objection, Your Honor. Can we have this idiot removed from the court, like permanently? Tie his ass up or something.
I can't stand this anymore. I don't want to do this to my friends.
You barely know us!
I don't want to do this either.
Me too! Please, take me home already! I want to go home and eat candy!
Stop it. If everyone acts like this, I'm gonna...
Everyone calm down.
We're all friends, aren't we? There's no way one friend would murder another.
We don't know each other. Like, at all. We met yesterday, or maybe 2 days ago, something like that. I mean, okay, yes. We've actually been in Hope Speak for a few years at least. But we don't remember each other. We're not friends yet. I'm working on it.
Then why did Byakuya die?
Who cares? Let's just give up already.
Oh my god, this guy.
There are no clues that lead to the killer anyway. Not a single one.
There are plenty. You are working against me, aren't you? You've been hiding evidence. Like the trapdoor in the storeroom.
That's wrong.
Oh, thank you, Chiaki.
I think.
Did you say something?
Shut up.
'Cause we've already found a clue that might point to who the killer is.
A clue, you say?
Dude, you found it. You're wearing it.
You know who the killer is?
The killer? I don't know. But we do have a clue about a suspicious person. I think.
I see. Then care to tell me, what's this clue you're talking about?
First of all, let's try thinking about how the killer was able to obtain the knife during the blackout.
Didn't we already cover that? They used glowing paint as a mark.
The knife was not the murder weapon.
No, not that. I mean before that.
Before? Oh, she's talking about the cleaning. She asking how the killer got close to that table? Oh, the cord. Right, okay. Even if they had to obtain the knife by relying on the glow from the paint, in order to do that, they needed to get close to that table while it was still dark.
Let's try examining the situation. Mahiru's diagram might be useful here.
The diagram of where everyone was standing before the blackout, right? Here it is.
And Nagito was standing right next to the cord. Just as I thought, this diagram is the clue. But I don't think Nagito did it. The knife was not the murder weapon. Who the killer is and how they were able to move to the table in the dark. But I have to work my way through this before I can get to the truth. So that's clearly shown in this diagram. First, we need to discuss how the killer was able to move to that table in the dark. Killer probably used something to help them move in the dark. Oh, wait, what?
Here! The killer must have used the desk lamp to move to that table in the dark.
The desk lamp? I hope you don't mean they turned on a light or something.
Shut up.
There was a blackout. There's no way the killer could have used the desk lamp.
Of course, there's no way they used the desk lamp's light. The killer actually used the power cord.
I can prove it with this! They didn't turn the desk lamp on. They used its power cord.
Power cord?
They could have felt their way to that table using the power cord, right? By doing that, the killer was able to move to the table, then use the glowing paint to find the knife.
And there's only one person here who could have done that.
Who?
The only person here who could have possibly done it. Yeah, this is a red herring. It's way too early for this. These trials usually take 2 hours.
You're the only one! Nagito, it was you, wasn't it?
Me?
Judging from everyone's positions before the blackout, the only person near the power cord was you.
Which means the only one who could have felt their way to the table using the power cord was Nagito!
That's just a coincidence.
You're involved somehow. I'm not sure how yet, other than trying to hide the evidence.
But still, you had a chance, right? A chance to hide the knife under the table?
Nagito's chance to hide the knife under the table was when he was cleaning.
I see! Nagito, weren't you cleaning the dining hall all morning? If so, you would have had a chance to hide the knife.
That's...
If you factor in the power cord and the time you spent cleaning, you're the only one who could have done it.
Seriously! That's all just a coincidence!
Oh! He wants us all to die. He wants us all to die. He just said it a few minutes ago.
If it was just one coincidence, it'd be fine. But when it's one right after another, I wonder, is something like that even possible?
Could it be? Did you give yourself cleaning duty on purpose so you could hide the knife under the table?
He's the ultimate lucky student. He wanted to get the red chopstick.
Now that you mention it, Nagito did prepare the drawing to pick who cleaned the dining hall.
To be honest, I already prepared a drawing because I assumed something like this would happen. To go to the trouble of preparing this, just what did you think would happen? Whoever draws the chopstick with the red mark on it will be in charge of cleaning, okay? Does that sound fair?
You rigged the drawing, didn't you? That's how you got picked to clean the dining hall, isn't it?
I don't know if you're the killer or not, but regardless, it proves that you're suspicious, right?
If that's the case, that strange speech you made earlier, that was part of your plan too.
You got us to lower our guard and tried to hide the fact that you did it, didn't you, you motherfucker?
Well, just admit it already!
Nagito, tell me you object to this. Frankly, I don't want to believe it either. We investigated together. You were so kind. I can't believe you're the one who killed Byakuya. Nagito, say something!
Here it comes. Yep.
The Ultimates are working together to combat the despair of their friend's death! Ah, how wonderful! How beautiful it is!
Huh?
Those eyes. At that moment, Nagito's eyes, the darkness in his eyes shone brightly, as if layers upon layers of darkness were folding into each other. As if hope and despair had been crudely mixed together.
Let's cut to the chase. You're correct. It was my doing all along.
Lies.
I'm the one who hid the knife under the table before the party started.
Okay, I believe that.
I'm the one who used the power cord to find my way to the table in the dark.
And that too.
And of course, I'm the one who caused the blackout.
Maybe.
After all, there's no way I'd knowingly whip out a knife in front of everyone, right?
Is it just me, or does he seem a little nuts right now?
It's not you.
But I never expected Byakuya to have night vision goggles. Because of that, we had ourselves a little scuffle under the table. And, well, you all saw how that played out. But with a twist ending like this, I think we can all agree this ended up being a very interesting mystery.
And if we find you guilty, everyone except for the real killer dies. You already said that we should sacrifice ourselves rather than believe that one of us killed Byakuya.
Byakuya performed admirably.
Just stop it already! Seriously! What the hell happened to you?
Don't tell me. Is this your true nature? Were you lying to us this entire time?
Oh no, he's been weird the entire time. I might be the only one who noticed it, but he's been around the twist the entire time.
Me? Lie? That's outrageous. There's no way someone like me could ever lie to you guys. I understand better than anyone else that I'm ultimately worthless. I'm too arrogant to have dreams or cling to hope. I'm too disdainful to actually try at anything. I've made peace with the fact that I'm a lowly, stupid, insignificant human who can't do anything right.
Holy crap! He's totally the type of guy who spent his childhood killing neighborhood pets!
I believe that.
He seems like the sort of person whose eyes light up while watching Friday the 13th. Just like me.
Wait, what?
That's quite the hobby you have there. But, like, now's not really the time to bring it up.
True. This guy, is he the real Nagito? Wait, what?
Hey, Nagito. If you were behind all of this, then did you also send that threatening letter?
Yep, I sure did.
Well, I was right about that. Probably.
There's nobody else on this island whose handwriting is that painful to look at, right?
You haven't seen my handwriting yet.
But why would you send a threatening letter in the first place?
I think somewhere deep in my heart, I was probably hoping to find someone who would stop my evil deeds. Well, I bet if that really was my reason, at least some of you would feel sorry for me.
Are you making fun of us?
By threatening Byakuya, Nagito was likely able to manipulate his actions.
Then how about that old-looking building near the hotel? Well, if it's just cleaning, leave it to me. I'm actually pretty good at it.
In doing so, Nagito was able to manipulate everyone to the scene where the murder would occur. Am I wrong?
That reminds me. Nagito was the one who suggested I guard the office.
Well, not only is the storage room packed with lots of stuff, it's hard to see in there and it's full of cobwebs. And I was so busy cleaning the dining hall that I didn't even have time to clean the storage room. If you stayed in there for a long time, I think it would be bad for your health. And you would discover the iron set I set up, and maybe even the access panel underneath all those boxes. In that case, why don't you guard the case in the office?
Oh, I get it. If Pekka was guarding the storage room, Nagito wouldn't have been able to use the irons.
The threatening letter, along with all your suggestions. It was all a trap to manipulate us.
Maybe he intended to kill Byakuya, but he didn't. That's not the murder weapon.
Yep, that's true too. But you're wrong about one thing.
Huh? What?
I didn't need to rig the drawing for cleaning duty, you know?
If that's true, Then how did you conveniently get picked for cleaning duty?
I see. Well, there's no way I'd expect you to remember it. A worthless talent for a worthless human.
Nagito's talent? I believe his talent is the ultimate lucky student.
I see! You're the ultimate lucky student. Then, did you?
That's right. I just trusted my luck. I trusted I'd be picked for cleaning duty.
You just relied on your luck?
It's not just luck. It's true my talent sucks, but I'm still the ultimate lucky student, you know?
Huh? I'm left with a red mark? For someone called the ultimate lucky student, you don't seem very lucky right now.
At the time, Hajime said I wasn't lucky. But it was actually the opposite. I was lucky. That's why I got picked for cleaning duty. Just like I wanted.
Enough. I don't care about that anymore. More importantly, why did you kill Byakuya? Answer me!
Byakuya was a very capable leader. For someone like him to get killed? Oh, the despair it brings. It's only fitting that you symbols of hope should use his death as a stepping stone to shine even brighter. That was my only motivation.
You're not making any sense!
No, because he's crazy.
Fine, let's start the damn vote already. I'm ready to fucking kill this psycho.
Please! Monokuma! Please, wait!
Huh? The fuck?
Thank you, Mikan!
How should I put this?
The knife wasn't the murder weapon.
Is Nagito really the killer?
Nope.
What are you saying? He's already confessed, hasn't he?
I already know that, but there's just something a little strange.
If it's only a little, then keep your mouth shut. Your ugly face is stressing me out. It makes me want to puke.
Not now, Hyoko. Oh, whatever the hell your name is.
I'm sorry.
For now, might I suggest we listen to what she has to say?
Thank you, Sonia.
But we know who the killer is.
Oh, that's twice you've jumped onto this lifeline.
Simply listening is acceptable. However, I won't allow this to end with mere play. Now then, let us lift the curtain for our bloody spectacle.
And I think that's where we're going to end it for today. Yeah, do the outro. Okay, so I know a lot of this is resting on metagaming. The trials last about 2 hours. We've barely touched any of our evidence. We haven't had whatever that showdown minigame is called, but there are evidentiary reasons as well. Nagito's statement that we should all die rather than believe one of our friends could kill another of our friends. The fact that he led us away from the boxes in the storage room and instead led us to Byakuya's room and the note he left there. The fact that his mind is as twisted as a box of curly fries. But the big one, and the one I think Mikan is about to reveal, is that the knife was not the murder weapon. Byakuya was killed by a weapon 5mm in diameter. The missing meat skewer. That piece of evidence alone, plus his reaction to all of this, makes me suspect Teru. But we'll get to that in the next episode. In the meantime, up here is a playlist of my Phoenix Wright Justice for All playthrough, and down here is a video that YouTube recommends. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!